Hello and welcome to Reality Check. The Congress on the offensive in the Nirav Modi bank fraud cases now finds itself on the back foot tonight after Punjab Chief Minister Amarinder Singh's son-in-law is among several officials named by the CBI in the latest bank fraud cases. Gurpal Singh, the Chief Minister's son-in-law, is a deputy MD in the Ghaziabad-based Simbhaoli Sugars, a sugar refinery accused of cheating the Oriental Bank of Commerce by over 100 crores. The Congress first tweeted the scam, saying another bank scam under the nose of the BJP government, but then later deleted it, drawing a barb from the BJP President Amit Shah, who questioned the Congress for deleting the tweet and accused them of allowing a free hand to the likes of Vijay Mallya, which he says led to the mess of bad bank debt. The Congress has come up with the usual "no one shall be spared" response. The BJP says this exposes Congress involvement.
कानून सबके लिए बराबर है, चाहे वो किसी बीजेपी प्रधान के पुत्र हों, चाहे वो किसी मुख्यमंत्री के दामाद हों, कानून सबके लिए बराबर है और कानून के दायरे में सबको इसमें लिया जाए, क्योंकि पैसा लोगों का है, पैसा जनता का है, नेशनलाइज्ड बैंक में चाहे कहीं भी है, उसके साथ कोई भी घपला बर्दाश्त नहीं होगा।
देखिए भाई, कांग्रेस पार्टी करप्शन की कुंडली और बेईमानों की मंडली है। एक के बाद एक करप्शन के जो कुएं से कंकाल निकल रहे हैं, उसके बारे में बहुत ज़्यादा बताने की ज़रूरत नहीं है।
आपको लगता है कि पंजाब के मुख्यमंत्री को स्पष्टीकरण देना चाहिए, क्योंकि इस मामले में सीधे तौर पर उनके दामाद
कानून है, अपना काम करेगा।
All right, now this was a total of 148 crores which the bank had lent to this company. The money was meant to be for over 5,000 farmers, but that money, the bank says, was diverted, accusing the company of fraud. Now the timeline is this, that the bank loans Simbhaoli Sugars the 148 crores. The bank suspects the money was diverted. It then approaches the debt tribunal. But in a surprising twist, the bank actually extends a fresh loan of about 100 crores to the sugar firm. When that money is also not paid back, then the bank approaches the CBI. This approach happens somewhere around November, and the CBI acts now. Now, the Punjab Chief Minister has also earlier this evening issued a statement defending his son-in-law. He says that these are baseless allegations against Gurpal. He says the son-in-law didn't sign any documents, that Gurpal is just a minority shareholder, and that he refused to give a personal guarantee against the loan, but his name is still being dragged into this controversy because of his political connection. All right, joining us tonight on the debate, we have with us Anshul Verma, Lok Sabha MP of the BJP from Chandigarh. Joining us here is Adil Singh Boparai, the Congress spokesperson, Shubhamoy Bhattacharya, consultant editor, Business Standard, also in the show with us. Now, if I can just ask you, Adil, that, you know, this whole high moral horse that you've taken on bank fraud, and now we have a Congress politician's son involved in a fraud.
Well, Srinivasanji, let's be very clear, the law of the land will prevail. But the BJP is selectively leaking information. Let me point out, number one, Mr. Gurpal Singh is not a signatory to the loan transaction. Number two,
but
there's already...
Sorry to interrupt, this is not BJP selectively leaking information. His name, Mr. Gurpal Singh's name, is in the CBI FIR, of which we have a copy here. And he is very much named amongst those who have been accused of the scam.
I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that.
Right.
But it's important that some facts are before the public.
Okay.
Number two, there's already a dispute pending before the NCLT to see the directors of this company. Number three, which is most critical and the BJP is losing sight of, is that nobody has fled the country here. But let me make a larger point here.
No, but even if you've not fled the country, the fact is that now it is clear that the same allegation of cronyism, of corruption, of involvement of the BJP with these fraudsters lies exposed. Even if he is not a majority shareholder, he is still a 12.5% shareholder in this company, which has defrauded, according to the CBI, close to 5,000 farmers.
Let me again reiterate, I don't hold a brief for Mr. Gurpal Singh. The law of the land must take its course.
Sure.
But we need to carve a distinction between those fraudsters who loot the banks and flee the country, and in those cases where there may be genuine distress in the industry. But let me make a larger point. today, what's actually the reality in this country is that there is collusion between these fraudsters and the BJP at the highest level. And why I say this is, let's take Vijay Mallya's example. Let's take Vijay Mallya's case. There was an LOC operation. Let me substantiate that. Let me substantiate that. Give me 30 seconds. In Vijay Mallya's case, there was a lookout circular which was an operation which was withdrawn, allowing him to flee. Number two, Nirav Modi and Mehul Bhai Choksi's case. Isn't this too much of a coincidence that the entire family flees in a short span of 10 days, days before the registration of the FIR? And the third most critical fact
let Anshul Verma come in. Let him come in. Let him come in. Let him come in.
Jatin Mehta's case. Jatin Mehta is related to an industrialist in this country who enjoys patronage from Mr. Modi.
No. Now, Adil, you have gone into Winsome Diamonds. You've gone into extremely tenuous links. But let's get Anshul Verma of the BJP to come in on this. Anshul Verma, do you accept the fact that there is a distinction between this Simbhaoli scam and the other scams which have come to light?
Well, first of all, I'd like to correct one thing. I'm a member of parliament from Hardoi. As my friend was just now speaking.
Yes.
See, law of land will prevail, and certainly it is ensured that no one should be left unattended. Whatever you have questioned before the, as against the party, come out of the party line. Whosoever is the culprit, he should be behind the bars. The money is a hard, the taxpayers have paid for it. And now, what we are doing is blame game. This is this government who has exposed this scam.
But
now,
Anshul,
I must say.
But Anshul, it's not just, when you say party line, it is actually the BJP president himself who tweeted on the deletion of the tweet by the Congress that this exposes the Congress role in these scams. That is the Congress which has actually created the Nirav Modis and the Vijay Mallyas. So he's very clear. He sees this as a political thing, but he blames it on the Congress.
Well, it's too premature to say anything about this. Let law take its own course. And everything will come before the people. Everybody. Now, this is the first thing. There are so many other people. Those will get exposed, certainly.
Yeah.
But stop blaming each other. Now, we should think positively how to get out of this trouble. Because the scam is getting too bigger.
Adil, if I can ask you that if you're saying that the Congress's conscience is clear on this, if the law will take its own course, why did the Congress delete the tweet?
No, that may be due to inadvertence. But let me make a larger point, which is very critical.
I do want to press you on that.
The Congress party is very clear, Srinivasanji.
Yes.
The law of the land has to prevail, even if he's the son-in-law of a Congress chief minister.
But why delete the tweet? Why delete the tweet after saying, here's your tweet, that the tweet first says another bank scam under the nose of the BJP government. There's the tweet on the screen. Another bank scam under the nose of the BJP government. Then when you discover there's a Congress link to it, you delete it.
No, not at all. This information had come out yesterday evening, so I don't think it'll be fair to really link the two.
No, but why delete it then? Now, that's my question. What was the reason for deleting this tweet? Is it not because of the fact that there was a Congress link?
Not at all. Let me make it very clear. As a spokesperson of the Congress party, BJP is in power. Agencies like the ED and the CBI under him prosecute him, and pursue the law of the land has to take its course.
You're not answering my question.
But I'm raising a very critical issue.
Answer my question on the tweet and we can continue. Why delete this tweet?
No, the question is, we're very clear.
Yeah.
Let him be prosecuted. If there is any evidence against him, the CBI and the ED are under Mr. Modi.
That again is not,
let him prosecute him.
Okay, I will try for the 6th time. Why delete the tweet?
No, that may be due to some inadvertence.
What is that inadvertence?
No, I'm not familiar with the facts of the tweet.
Okay.
But let me make a larger point. Let's take Jatin Mehta's case, for example. Now, Jatin Mehta is an individual who looted the banks to the tune of 7,000 crore rupees. Complaints were sent by the bank sometime in mid-June 2014. The CBI sits over these complaints for 3 years. Sometime in April 2016, this individual renounces the citizenship and takes up the citizenship of a tax haven in the Caribbean. And on the 5th of April 2017,
Diamond
at a
case to which you are
delayed stage, the CBI registers an FIR. And the most
but the
critical
Winsome
fact,
Diamond
he's an
case goes
individual.
back years.
But who allowed him to flee? And he is related to an industrialist who enjoys patronage of Mr. Modi. How does the BJP run away from this? Whether it is Nirav Modi, whether it is Mehul Choksi, these people are tipped off, enabling them to flee the country.
Okay, these are very sweeping allegations. Shubhamoy Bhattacharya, consultant editor, Business Standard. We are yet again finding ourselves in a situation where it's fairly clear that no political party can take the moral high ground when it comes to bank fraud.
Yeah, that's perfectly okay. That's exactly what we have been saying all along, that when you have a banking system which is essentially directed lending from the government, you would find these sort of cases more. You know, to paraphrase what Raghuram Rajan had said, that the loans would have been given more for access to political power rather than the needs of any particular company. And because Congress has been in power for the largest number of years, obviously you'd find many more there. But yes, I agree with your point that it's difficult for any party to take the moral high ground.
But at the same time, Shubhamoy, in this case, in the case of Simbhaoli, is it fair to say that the political link would have helped this company get loans and continue to get loans despite the fact that there was fraud detected? Does that become a factor for banks?
Yes, I mean, that is exactly what you pointed out. Here was a classic case of evergreening of a loan, which wasn't right. The loan was given in the first instance, and it's a question whether public sector banks are doing appraisal the way they were supposed to do. Even if we take that as given, the second loan that was given is a classic case of what we have been pointing out as evergreening of loans which were not coming out. And it's now, when they've started to come out, then all the dirt along with it is coming along. And as you're saying, that many of the time this happens because the company has a strong political stick to beat the bank with. And that is why these loans got done and have brought the Indian banking system, especially the public sector, to this condition.